So I moved to Korea for a while, which was awesome. And while I was there, I didn't have time to film or make anything. And I had kind of decided to stop. I needed to focus on other things, namely this and this. So I did that, and I think it was super successful. And now I'm back in the States, and I'm itching to make stuff again. I don't really know where to start. There are so many ideas, so many big ideas, big paintings, big projects. It's intimidating to have all this space and time to do work, and these opportunities to do this kind of work. I don't really know where to start. I have been making stuff the whole time I was in Korea, but it was little silly things for myself. I learned how to do embroidery. I learned how to knit, learned how to crochet. I have learned so much about repairing clothes, taking care of them, altering them, and I've done a lot of like, not really thrift flip because it's from my own closet flip. So I've been doing a lot of sewing is really what I'm saying. And I've had this project in mind for myself that I haven't done. When I was living in Korea, there was this shop called Daiso. If you live on the West Coast, I think they have them. It's like the Japanese Korean answer to a dollar store. Nothing in there was more than 5,000 won. So $5-ish, $6-ish dollars. And it was a really great place to go to get essentials, especially cheap, knowing that I wasn't gonna be staying there forever. Also really quirky, dumb things like this. It's a little hanging handle thing for a to-go cup. Why? I mean, I get it. You get a coffee, you're drinking the coffee, and okay, well then you finish it and you throw it away. But what if you're like me, and you have cups. Ow. You have these. And you don't really get paper to-go cups anymore. I have this. I fill it with coffee. It's very small. I drink it, and then I have to keep carrying it around because it's empty, but I'm not gonna throw it away. What do I do with it? Oh, well, I clearly am gonna put it in my little hanger thing. My little cup hammock? What is this? It doesn't fit. It straight up does not fit. This thing does not taper the same way that this does. Let's try this one. It's not weighted correctly because it sits a little low. And then there's my big boy. Come on, put your pants on. There we go. Yeah, that's not gonna. Point is, I love this idea, but it doesn't fit on any of my cups. This one doesn't really need it, and neither does this one. This one doesn't fit in anything. It's huge. It's a venti cup. It's massive. And when you're done with your drink, you're just carrying this. It's really annoying. I want this weird thing for this. So yeah, this is my magnificent return. Let's do a dumb thing on camera. Perfect.
Why hello there, VoiceOver Shayla is here. As you can see, I am starting this project off the way one ought by making a little pattern. This project is small enough I probably could have used something from my sketchbook if I'd wanted to, but I have this really great wrapping paper that I use for pattern making when I can. I love it because it comes in a big roll, it's recyclable, and it doesn't have that waxy plastic coat to it, so I feel really confident recycling it, and that's important to me. I started off by using the actual cup holder thingy to get the shape and taper right, and then extended it out. I kind of figured I wouldn't get it right the first time because I was just measuring where I wanted it to land, and because of the taper, it would be longer at the top than at the bottom. So to check the fit, I'm cutting out my pattern, and I'm going to put it onto the cup, and it's not exactly in frame. Come on, Shayla, you can do it. Yeah, you can kind of see it doesn't quite fit right, so I'm trying the pattern again. I'm making the rounded top edge less dramatic. I'm making it even longer and hoping that this time it fits on the cup nicely. I definitely hoard little crafting materials like this wrapping paper for when I want to just make something like this, and I have what I need. There we go, it fits. And now we are pinning our pattern to the fabric. A brief moment of ASMR. I'm really not into ASMR, except for when it comes to crafting things. I don't know why. As you can see here, I have a lining fabric all ready to go, along with the kind of jean fabric I'm using. Yes, this is a pair of tiny jeans. They're from a friend of mine who has a kid who ruined their overalls, and they gave it to me for crafting purposes. It's actually really useful because it already has a serged edge, and I'm actually going to use that to kind of tuck in the fraying edge of the lining cotton. It helps to make things look really neat and clean once everything is all finished being put together. Is this a garment that I'm going to be wearing? Is it going to go through a lot of wear and tear? No, but it's good practice and it makes me feel better. So you can see here's where it's going to tuck in and under. And that's going to be the outside, and that's the inside. Aren't the foxes so cute? I love them. So here I'm just kind of doing a running stitch and a back stitch every once in a while along that serged tab excess of the fabric, just to hold it in place, because both of these pieces have that opposite curve at the top, so getting them to sit together is really difficult. That's why I spend so much time pinning. When I get to these long stretches of hand sewing, it is so relaxing for me. I know I look like I'm struggling, but I'm actually enjoying myself and relaxing, I promise. And all of these super messy stitches are going to be hidden because once I fold it in, boom, they're gone. And now we're going to go for the part that's going to make it look nice and neat. Flip it over, and I'm going to whip stitch down that edge. I'm so happy to finally be doing this project because it's really cute, and it's an idea that's been following me around for over a year, ever since I found that silly pink cup thing. And because it's such a small project that I know I can start and finish, it feels really good to do something and make something with your hands and have something in the end that you could use all the time. And just like when I'm drawing or painting, it puts me in a really thoughtful mood, and I want to share those thoughts with you.
You know, my stitches aren't good. And I know that. I've definitely improved. This past year of taking the time to really focus on this skill has helped me improve, but it has not been it has not been a perfect journey. I am still not amazing. And so there's a part of me that's like, oh, I shouldn't share what I'm doing with people because it's not perfect. But excuse me for a moment. There we go. Oh, bugger. It's not perfect. Oh my god, this is such a struggle. Okay, just... What was my point again? I'm not perfect. I have not mastered this skill, but I still do it. Do I need to show my imperfections to the world? No. That's a choice I'm making. But I want to do it anyway. Which is, I think, why just starting with the most, I don't know, not meaningless. What is this project? It's fun. It's specific to me. It's an idea, and I want to give it a chance. And that's good enough. That's enough of a reason to make things. I think being educated in the arts at such a high level as I was
sounds really snotty, but that's just it. You develop this like snotty, pretentious idea of what creation and what art is and what it needs to be. And like, because I can create art, capital A, art at such a high caliber, I should be able to, because I'm educated thusly, to do anything less is... Who do I even associate with from school who I know thinks that way? No one. Am I still scared of my college professors? They're gonna bust into my room. You are participating in arts and crafts. This is not art. All right, I'm getting low enough on string. Okay, I will tell you, first thing I improved on is like my, not casting off, that's a knitting thing, but the fact that I can just backstitch a couple times and then boop, that's it. When I was learning to sew, when I finished like that, I would tie the biggest knot. It would rub against things and it would make more holes. I think the first time I sewed something was, I think I was 19. I was having a Halloween party and I decided to sew my own costume. And I sewed myself and my American Girl doll matching dresses, like really purposely creepy matching purple black like goth Lolita dresses. But it was awful. It was terrible. I had made those like big knots that I thought, oh, big knot, strong knot. No, you just need to backstitch, or you just need to like create tension. And if you know, tie a big knot, it's going to rip your fabric over time. You know, of course it was a costume, so that part didn't happen, but just realizing I had no idea how to insert a zipper. I had no idea how to draft a pattern, and it was like, I made the front of the dress, the costume look good, but man, was the back a mess. But it was a Halloween costume, so it didn't really matter. I made it anyway. My friends loved it. I loved it for the evening. But I never wore it again. And I don't know, because it was kind of like a sandcastle in that sense, it's like, yeah, it doesn't need to be amazing or perfect. You can just go to the beach and build a sandcastle. You can just make yourself a silly Halloween costume. I guess my point is that costume and this project kind of bring together for me this idea that you can just make things and that's good enough. And I'm so glad that I'm confident enough in my friends that when I had this small Halloween party, it wasn't a ton of people. It was all really good friends. And the fact that I was so confident in my friends and in myself that I just like, you know what? I'm going to make this thing and I'm just going to make it and it's not going to be great. And I'm going to have so much fun. And I did. And I just want to make stuff like that. And I think that fuels other kinds of creativity. The art. Capital A, art. I think they fuel each other.
I become briefly less thoughtful because I realize my fabric isn't lining up. So I tuck in the cotton because it frays really easily. And I'm going to actually have to cut the jeans to the correct angle because I initially cut them at the wrong angle, and that's super important.
Something else I have learned in the past 2 years, making things for myself, making things for relaxation and for creativity purely, is that I, left to my own devices, am very slow and very methodical. Things just do take me more time than I expect. That is an issue I have. That is a time and space and an understanding of the two that I lack. So that, combined with the fact that I am very slow when I make things, much like my resistance to getting back into making videos on YouTube again, because if it's not highly produced and well edited, not perfect, then why would I do it? When it comes to when I make things, I tend to have a similar outlook. If it's not perfectly done, why am I doing it? That will stop me from doing projects sometimes, which I don't think it should. I need to work on that. But once I am doing the project, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think wanting to take the time to do something well isn't bad. The association with the issue that I don't necessarily finish things and I give up on things because they aren't going perfectly, that part's not great. Gotta get over that. But I think it can be a boon. It can be a good thing to want to make something well. Yeah. That's something over this past 2 years, really, that I've realized about myself. When I do things ideally in my own way for myself, I do tend to do it more slowly, and that's fine. I think that taking the time to do it well is worthy, and taking the time to have it be a calming and relaxing thing, a meditative thing that you do, is good. All right, time for your fitting, cup. Oh, we're doing good. All right, I don't hate this. If the angle's correct, the top will get tight enough to a point where it won't go anymore because of the fact that it just keeps getting wider. The question now is, do I want to just overlap it like this, which is kind of the nice lazy way to do it? Or do I want to stitch it properly and, you know, flip it inside out and stuff? Gross decisions. All right, let's pin this spot. Oh, wait, how do I make sure? Uh-oh, I've realized this might need more brain power than I was thinking. I might need to do it like this. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Brain power not needed. That was easy. Just do the thing you see people do on dress forms, Shayla, because you spend all this time watching people sew on YouTube. Oh, that's a very safe pin. Excellent job, Shayla. Do I have one of those clips? Oh, you know what? I know where some of those clips are. So I got the clip, I did this whole thing, and I realized if I sew along this line that I've made, it'll be inside out. So I have to do it all inside out to begin with. Yep, learn by watching. Just so good at learning by watching. Just so good. Excuse me while I just... Much better. And honestly, I'm glad I went and got these clips, because this just made it so much easier. And I made it much tighter. This is a really good fit. So if I pick it up from here, it doesn't come off, but if I push down, whoop, if I follow this little line I've made and I've marked where they should meet, time to sew along here. All right, this is where we are. I have stitched down my seam allowance here, and I made a nice little roll hem here. It's looking super cute. I love the way the foxes look. And then I flip it inside out, and it looks really great. Here's how it looks on the actual cup. I'm really happy with how it looks and how it's fitting. Now I just need to make handles. I did have a vision of using this as the strap and connecting it like this. However, I've discovered that if I pull hard enough, and if this is full of coffee and ice, I don't want to risk it. It's the same reason I'm not doing a different idea I had. These pants have these great snap buttons because, you know, they're kids' pants. But I'm realizing if I'm putting weight on something and pulling... Oh! I don't want to risk it though, because I guess if I pull this way, if I pull like this, it's not coming off. But I just need to change my angle just enough to... I don't want to spill my coffee, so we are not doing that. However, this fabric is pretty stretchy, and sewing through many layers of denim is hard. So I'm thinking about using this layer. Oh, not this one. This is the one with no, the other side. This side. Because it's super cute, and it's already pretty stiff, and it's nice, and it's got that nice jean texture of the darks and the lights from wearing and tearing. I think if this is long enough, I'll use this. Oh my goodness, the total length is almost 22 inches. We're good. We're good. We're gonna do this. Well, this is excellent. Look at that. Cool. All right, now we have the super long strip. Would using all of it be annoying? Or would that actually work? It's nice and finished here already, so if I can avoid ruining that, I would like to. The other question is, do we leave the seam exposed or do we cover it. I love the way this came out. It's very clean. However, I think covering it's even better, especially because otherwise we have this look of like a line, and then there'll be another line on the other side. But if I cover it, it looks seamless. In my experiments, I have found that putting the strap all the way at the bottom looks pretty great. And then if I put it up here, that's when this looks weird. It does have a slight, like, decorative denim early 2000s vibe to it, which is fine. I don't hate it. Ugh. It's fine, it's not dangerous, everything's fine. Oh yeah, safety. I still don't hate it. Let's get it on the other side. It is still slightly 2000s. Let's make sure this is centered. Okay, that feels right. And now we pin in a not at all chaotic way. Oh Lord. Oh, she's chaotic. Oh dear, okay. Okay.
Stitching down this handle strap thing is actually the end of the project. Once I'm done whip stitching all of this into place, it's ready to be used. And before I go on to the reveal shots that I selfishly use to help me feel like this project is far more important than it is, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sitting with me and watching this. I hope it was as relaxing and chill to watch as it was to do. I've really fallen in love with the art of taking time to make yourself little things that matter to you. Knit a scarf, crochet a blanket, do journaling, write poetry, do stuff that helps make every day relaxing and meaningful. We can't always take the time, but when we can, it's beautiful. Here are the end results.
Oh, you've never done this before, really? But what if I... There it is. You're trying to make it seem like you're behaving. Rude. I don't think I've gotten, not trashable. Not wastable. I forgot English. Disposable? Ah, I got there.
Oh my god, what happened here? Oh no. Close enough.